Okay. So, obviously, the title of the stream explains everything, but I think it'd be nice if I had one of, like,
tools, you'll really well with the PC version.
that kind of, not like that, but
Streamer digital art, it might just be
like, kind of like this.
possible to bring it to life, and that's exactly what I set out to do. You'll need a new 2D model. 3D can be tough starting from scratch. You can pick any program you want to draw your VTuber in. However, you need to export a Photoshop file with layers and transparency. Sorry, Microsoft Paint. Krita and GIMP are good free options.
And sorry, Adobe Animate users too, yeah. I don't care. Hi, Danilo. Yeah.
While Clip Studio Paint, Procreate, and of course Photoshop are solid paid choices. Just use whatever program you feel most comfortable drawing in. Next, you'll need to pick an animation software that's capable of rigging a 2D model for live tracking and character animation. I'll explain what the process of rigging your model means later in the video, but just for now, know that it sets up your 2D model for animation. Live 2D is the most dominant program when it comes to VTubers. Pretty much any anime girl that looks like this is probably using Live 2D. The software is designed to animate your 2D image in layers to create a 3D effect. You can then export your model to a face tracking program in order to animate it in real time. Live 2D is a popular choice with a big community and lots of tutorials online. However, the free version is a bit limiting in terms of how high resolution and complex your model can be. You can still get a free trial of the full version for 42 days, but eventually it requires a paid subscription of about $16 per month. But what if you have no money? OG2D is an open source program being developed as an alternative to Live 2D. The good news is that it's free, and some people have managed to get decent results from the program. However, I can't really recommend it for beginners. I might still give it a shot after learning Live 2D. Lastly, there is Adobe Character Animator. A lot of what I've seen from this program attempts to mimic Flash-style animation with real-time motion capture. While a less popular choice, I think it works for certain character designs. If you already have an Adobe subscription, I would recommend considering whether or not the features work for you. As for me, I have no Adobe subscription. While a less popular choice,
Yarg! Yarg! You know what this means? Yarg! Okay. We're just gonna... Yeah. Now, remember, I think you guys know about my previous avatar. I don't reuse it anymore just because I've actually wanted one that looks like good. But in case you guys don't remember what it looks like, here it is. Now I'm not really happy with it anymore after seeing avatars like that. So I decided to, you know, just change it. Besides, I haven't getting actively updated anymore, so any bugs or anything like that don't get updated. So, yeah. Small Chester PNG tuber. Yeah. Cool. It's impressive, but it's also like just jumpy. Oh, it's supposed to be looking at. Hold on.
I think it works for certain character designs. If you already have an Adobe subscription, I would recommend considering whether or not the features work for you.
Crack Reddit.
And wanted the strong community support, so I opted for Live 2D. With that settled, we can move on to picking out face tracking software. Adobe Character Animator and Enochi have their own features for viewing your model, but if you make your model in Live 2D, you'll have more options, such as VTube Studio and PRPR Live. There are technical differences in how each of these work, but they share the same goal: to track your face and animate your Live 2D model accordingly. Both of these programs should work decently if you're using a webcam to track your face. PRPR Live has basic face tracking for free with a $10 upgrade for a supposedly more accurate look. Meanwhile, VTube Studio puts a watermark for face tracking until you pay them money, but it also has a slick iPhone app that works really well with the PC version. I went with VTube Studio because I wanted to use my iPhone, and I didn't mind the one-time fee. With our software finally in order, let's switch to your artist hat, because it's time to illustrate our character. Character design and illustration are entire disciplines that are out of scope of this video. Everyone watching this is at different skill levels, but that's okay. As long as you can draw some sort of character with a little bit of tweaking, you can turn it into a So let's focus on some things I learned that apply specifically to illustrating a VTuber model. You might worry that your art style doesn't fit well with other VTubers you see. This is a valid concern because your style will reflect how you animate your character. However, uniqueness isn't the root of the problem. You need to have some idea of how your character is going to be separated in parts to move with your face. Consider the following requirements in your design. Every part of your model that is going to move needs to be drawn on a separate layer. These parts will then shift and warp in order to create the illusion of animation. You can swap out parts midway, but you won't be able to draw every possible frame. I realize this is a lot to consider from the very start. One of the hard things about making a VTuber is that you're expected to foreshadow and draw things a certain way when you already don't know.
The fuck is Breeze? I don't even know what that shit is.
See half of this video. And very quickly, you'll notice you can only see half of this video. And for those on desktop, the muscle memory to try to scroll up to see the full picture may have already kicked in. For those watching on their phones, the effect may not be as effective, but if you want to get an idea of what browser users are seeing, swipe down or go to the YouTube homepage so the video starts playing in the corner. For your viewing experience, I'll now pan the video up and down to prevent the total discomfort that results from viewing only half of a video. You've likely
Bennett. Can I StreamYard actually? Yes, I can. Right, well, I think I might start a StreamYard then and show that.